Today, for our topic, I'll be talking about here comes. So, after I was talking to someone and they said to me, you know what, I asked that person, well, I asked that man, I said, like, what are we? And he said, friendship. And I was feeling so sad, after, putting in like 6 months with someone and they just said, oh, we're friends. And I said, okay. And, and just, let that go. I didn't speak back to that person for almost a week. Now, the next day after that man said to me, we are only friends, here comes another man, out of the blue. Here comes another man, and he said, you know what, I can't even remember what he said. Anyway, I said, okay, let me just give this a try, because after all, I wasted 6 months on someone that just said that we were friends. Now, why I'm talking about this now, because this man is different from the other man that I was talking to. This man is a sweet talker, and he talks a good talk, but there's no backing up to what he says. Like, he says, oh, I need you, I like you, and all these things. But talking to him, I think now for um I'm gonna say maybe approximately 2 weeks. There's no action behind his sweet talk. There's nothing. So I said to him, I texted the man yesterday and said, listen, I'm gonna have to break up from this non-existent relationship. And he texted me back and he said, LOL. And I don't know if he probably thinking that I was joking, but I was serious, because after, spending approximately 2 weeks with someone that is saying sweet nothings, it got me to thinking, why do women cheat? Why do women, after being in a relationship, and then I just started to Google and see, why would a woman cheat? And me, after talking, not really even talking to this man, because it just I don't even know what to say. After communicating with this man for 2 weeks, I'm like, I'm ready to leave this non-existent stuff that we have going on here, because and I realized that he was not he number one, he's a sweet talker. He's saying all these sweet things, but there's nothing to back up all these. It's like sweet nothings. And I was in a relationship with my ex-husband. He did the same thing too. All he said was empty words, and after a while you become dissatisfied with the empty words, the sweet nothings. And so this man was doing the same thing too. He was saying, oh, I need you and all these things, but there was no backing up. So as I said to you, I texted him. I said, listen, we're gonna have to break up the non-existent relationship. And it got me thinking about, why do women cheat? And as I was thinking about why do women cheat, I remember years ago when I was in my early 20s, I met this man at a church and he was giving me a ride home. And he sat in the car. I don't know why, like, you sit in the car talking. And he said to me that his his wife left him. And as he was beginning to tell me the story, he said he was working. I guess she was staying home, and he was just working, and he was bringing home the money. He was not unfaithful to the wife. So when the woman got up and packed up her clothes and left him, he was baffled. He didn't know what is going on, because he was doing like what they said he was supposed to do as a man. But as he told me the story, I said, I understand why she left you, because there was nothing. You was not meeting none of this woman's need. All you was doing was being a provider. And there's more in a relationship to a man being a provider. So he was just at a loss, and the woman left him. It took him a lot of work, but I think he came back to the church, I think a year or two after he got the wife back. And he said it with a smile, but I know it took work. And that's why sometimes, as a woman, because you feel dissatisfied in a relationship. All the man is telling you sweet nothings. He's working and he's doing what he likes to do, but then all your needs, your emotional needs and everything is unmet. So this is why in the Bible, uh, Jesus commands us. He says, "Husband, love your wife like Christ loved the church," and love for different people have different love languages, and especially for a woman, if you're however you needs to be loved, if it's not met, that marriage is gonna be a train wreck, because while the man is working, he's providing, he's not meeting your needs, he's not meeting anything, and then you become emotionally starved. He's not even, I remember too, when I was married, like I will put on a dress and I say, how do I look? Okay. And that was all I got. Okay. And then sometimes you put on a dress and you go in front of the man, and he all he did was had his eyes in his phone, and all these things begin to build up, and then you just became dissatisfied after, and then after a while you just like put on your clothes, and you just like, for me, I just put my clothes on, didn't ask no question, and I went about doing what I was supposed to do. But in all along, I was dissatisfied. So when the marriage was over, it didn't really matter to me because I was dissatisfied from the beginning to the end. My emotion, no need was not being met. And when I was talking to the man that said that we were in a friendship, he said the man was a good man, because in his eyes, as long as a man is providing, he's a good man. But there's more to a relationship than a man just being a provider. There's more, and then I was not, there was no need being met for me. There was nothing. I was not, I was just dissatisfied with the relationship because there was none of my needs were being met in the relationship. While when the man came home, there was food, the house was clean, the kids was taken care of, and his needs were being met. But at the end of the day, my needs, my emotional needs, the things, it was like we were like night and day. He like going to the bar and drink, and I didn't like doing that stuff. There was like no compromising. He did what he wanted to do. See, he was always happy. He was always cheating. His all his needs were being met, but my needs were not. So when the match came to an end, it's like you never missed him. Never once missed him. Not only did I not miss him, I asked the children. Nobody missed him. And that says a lot, that you were married for a man for approximately 7 years, and then he left. Nobody missed him, because the Bible says, husband, love your wife like Christ loved the church, and loving that person the way that they needs to be loved. And if not, that's a disaster waiting to happen.